A practical interview question. I wouldn't call this one a scenario question, but it says when your colleague do not show up at work in your care home, what do you do? So, to answer this question, what do you do? You are meant to be four in the unit, and one person or two people did not show up. What do you do? First of all, common knowledge, common wisdom will tell you to do what? To inform your line manager or inform your supervisor or whoever that is in charge about booking staff on. Inform them, let them know that your colleague is not at work. Let them know that you are short staffed, so they can help and do what? Arrange for another person to come. That's why we have agencies. Or sometimes we have other permanent staff, maybe they are living close, they can call them as soon as possible. Okay, inform them. That is the first thing to do. Call your manager, your deputy manager, or your supervisor to tell them that, look, one of our team or two did not show up. Okay, now after that, you prioritize your task. What do I mean? There are some residents that have special need, like they need more attention than others. For instance, maybe there are some residents that need to take insulin in the morning. You need to get them up and prepare them, give them shower or whatever, and give them food. They need to take something because they will take insulin and all that, because of their sugar level. You attend to those people first, leaving the ones that are independent. You can tell that this person, okay, get up, brush your teeth, I'll be back. You understand? You do the first people that should be done first, because you are your staff. If everybody is equal, like if all the staff are there, people will start attending to others the way you used to do it. But because you are your staff, you now have to do what? To prioritize your task, prioritize your job at that moment, pending when help will come. Another thing is working as a team. You understand? There are some situations whereby maybe the management could not come up with something, they couldn't get anybody to come up. Work as a team, collaborate with your team. You can still do something, although it may be more tasking, but at least you can still do what? Do something. So working as a team will help, because if you don't work as a team, if you are just two or three that showed up, if you don't work as a team, there will be problem. The job will not be done. Another thing you must do is to document the situation. Document what has happened. If there's any issue that arose because of because you are short staff, you must have to document it. Okay. And another one, this one I don't miss it. Being empathetic. Empathy. Put yourself in that your colleague's shoe. Maybe something must have happened that made them not to show up, or that make them to be running late. Because I could remember where I was working, something happened one day, and there was a kind of, I won't call it train strike because they did not announce it, but all of a sudden, delay, cancel, delay, cancel. That day I got to work around 10. Before then, personal care is done, breakfast is done. You understand? But my team, they were doing the job pending when I showed up. So you have to put yourself in the shoe and not eat that person. Not, why didn't you show up? Don't not being hard on the person. Okay? Yeah. So I think I was able to mention up to 5 points. First of all, informing your supervisor or your manager or your deputy manager to let them know that one of your colleagues or two of them is not coming. Prioritizing your task, making sure you attend to the resident that needs to be attended to first, maybe because of their condition or whatever. Working as a team, those people that showed up, you collaborate, you work as a team. And documenting the situation. Remember, anything you do, you document. If you don't write it, it did not happen. And the last but not the least, being empathetic, making sure that you put yourself in that your colleague's shoe. So I move to the next question. He said, what or how do I deal with a disagreement with a doctor as a healthcare assistant? This question, it means maybe you are a senior or whatever, you do medication and the doctor, they prescribe something for your resident, and you that cares for the resident 247, you know that this is not good, or maybe the prescription they brought is not having good effect on this person, and maybe the doctors are saying they will continue taking it. What do you do? To me, how I will answer this question is that I must remain calm and respectful, and listen attentively to understand why the doctor wants this person to continue with this medication. After that, I will do what? I will express my concern. I will let the doctor know that I can take care of this person 12 hours a day. Anytime I give this person this medication, it knocks the person off. It's making the person to be dormant, no longer active, no longer participating in what others are doing. Could we maybe consider other approach, to maybe the doctor, please consider giving, After that, just if you're not sure or you don't understand what the doctor has said, ask question. But if you think that the doctor is not getting it right, then you escalate it if necessary through your manager. Don't do nothing without your manager. Okay? At the same time, make sure you are learning from what is happening, because I don't know. I've never come across such situation, and this particular question now, I've never come across it in an interview. So we move to the next one. Please, these two questions, if you have anything to say it under them. Do not come to the next one to ask a question that you are supposed to ask under this. So we move to the next one. As a healthcare assistant, how do you behave in crisis situations? If there is a crisis. Okay, crisis can be in form of medical emergency. It can be in form of safety threat, or maybe natural disaster. It can be in form of agitation, or patient conflict. It can be in form of equipment malfunction or shortage of equipment. It can be crisis. So to answer this question, I will have to, this is how to answer this question. How do you behave in crisis as a healthcare assistant? Okay, first of all, using medical emergency. If you're asked, how do you behave during medical emergency? What do you do? Always stay calm. I will stay calm and assess the situation to see what is happening. Then I will call for help, reach out, ring the buzzer immediately to notify other people that there is a medical emergency. People need to rush to this room. Give assistance anyhow you can. You understand? While waiting for people to come, you give assistance. Maybe another disaster could be safety threat, a kind of where there is fire. Natural disaster. It can be fire. In the case of fire, what do you do? Every organization have got their protocols and policies and everything. You follow it. Like my own, once there is fire, your safety first. What do? You use the exit door. You break the alarm, fire alarm. You set it off. You use the exit door. You don't use the lift. You use the staircase.
It was
then you
time
go
to
down
ride
to the
on the
assemble
boat, guys. But,
unit.
I was so
You know,
scared. Even though
every
people
other
were
thing starts
jumping
from there.
inside, I was so scared. I don't
So
know if it was because
if
I had my
you are
baby with
capable,
me,
you
and
can assist in
but I just
evacuating
said let me stand
others.
by.
You
and wash
understand? If you're
them.
not capable, you
But
stay where
after
you
some
are. In the
time,
case of
somebody was
fire,
like,
please,
"You can do
your
it. You are
safety
doing it. You
first.
can do it." So I got to buy my
If
ticket,
a
and they said
patient is
1 hour inside the
agitated
boat
and they are
on the
causing
river,
troubles,
twenty
it's a
euro, something like that,
crisis,
20 euro
use what they
or
call
20
de-escalation
corona,
technique.
whatever. So
De-escalation
I would
technique.
advise you, if you are
Like
traveling,
what
please
does it mean?
make sure you
A
go
kind of
with
maybe
credit card.
reducing
Do not go
the
with
volume
your
of your
bank card,
voice
because that
to
was the
speak to
mistake I did.
them,
I went with my bank card,
telling
and
them that
I'm
it
using
is fine,
Halifax. There's
calm
nothing like
down,
that
it is
here.
fine, calm down.
So I
As they're
couldn't
doing
ride in
it,
the boat
you are looking for
after I
space for
summoned the
your own
couriers to
safety,
do so.
and at the
The
same
confidence
time,
to go
you are
in, I
offering a
couldn't go
kind of
because
distraction.
the money I had then was
At the
almost
same time,
finished.
notify
Yeah,
others
because something came
of
up, I
what
had
is
to
happening.
quickly use the
Okay?
money. You
If it's
understand?
in a case
So
of
I
equipment
noticed something.
malfunctioning,
They have a lot of ferries
you
here,
report
and from
ASAP
here you
to
can
your
actually go to
supervisor or your
Finland in
manager
case you
or
want
whoever
to,
that is in
go
charge.
from one place to
Always
another.
work
Just
as a
pay,
team,
then
find alternative
by ferry you go.
solution.
From here you can
You
get to
understand?
Finland.
And communication. Let
So
the person you are
yeah, see
supposed to
how
use that
beautiful Sweden
equipment
is.
on
Just look around for
understand that
yourself. This
something
is the
is wrong with the
palace.
equipment,
On the
and for that
palace, you
reason,
see,
they might need to
this is the
remain in
palace.
the share
The
for a
palace
while.
of King
You
of
understand?
Sweden. It's very beautiful.
The next
It's
question
almost it has
says,
similar look with the one of
what can I
British Palace.
do to stay
Very
up to
beautiful. Their
date
road
in
solid
my
and
profession
everything.
as
So
a
that can let
healthcare
you
assistant?
watch to the end and
So, to stay
feed your
up to
eyes
date,
and yeah,
attend training and workshop.
enjoy.
There is what they call e-learning in your learning cloud. The company you are working with will always give you e-learning or workshop or whatever. So participate in those things. Professional development, do it, online courses, training, seminar, whatever thing. Or update yourself. Do topics like infection control, safeguarding, manual handling, dementia. Read about it, update your knowledge. Also join professional organization. Like I said, have a union. They will put you through. It's a must. Listen to news. Understand? You can even seek for mentorship if you want. And also do what is called reflective practice. Practice is a way that, after doing your job for the day, you sit down within yourself and you ask yourself, what have I done today? This thing that I did, was I supposed to do it this way? If no, how is the best way to do it? By so doing, you are asking yourself questions and you are getting a better answer compared to what you have done. And you will see that next time you will do better. Next question is, how do your friends, colleagues, or clients describe you? For this one, they describe person as compassionate. They will say this carer is compassionate. This carer is dedicated to helping others. This carer is respectful. It depends on what you are. They will describe you based on what you are. So you can tell them that they describe you as being that you are compassionate, that you are empathetic, that you help others, that you are respectful. Yeah. So the next question says, what do you do when a client asks for your personal opinion? When a client asks for your personal opinion, my dear, be professional. You give advice based on your experience and do not say anything that will be against the work ethics. For instance, maybe a client is asking you that they've got a house somewhere and nobody is aware of it. They are planning on selling it and donating the money to charity and all that. What do you think? What is your experience regarding that? Or as a carer, have you encountered such experience before? So in that situation, you can tell the person, donating to charity is a nice one, but I would suggest you inform your advocate or your social worker they are in better place to advise on how best to go about this. So you'll be fulfilled, with whatever decision you take. Do not pass your personal opinion to them. Because if you do, they might end up to say that you deceived them. So the best thing is to, encourage them. Encourage them in whatever decision they have made. But at the same time, suggest for them to get, a greater hand that knows how best to deal with such thing, to help out. So if I'm you, this is what I will answer. That I will be professional in giving my own, advice based on my experience. But I will also encourage them to make their own decision. And if I think, or if the person has been assessed not to have mental capacity, or even if they have, I would still suggest they get a specialist in that field to help them take the wise decision. The next question here said, how do you deal with a colleague who is rude to clients? It's not easy. But if you find out that your colleague is rude to clients, please, first of all, discuss it privately with them. Call them. Like, for instance, you went to do double and you find out the staff you are going to do double with is malhandling the resident. Instead of using a sliding sheet, they are carrying them with their hand. In that situation, please speak to them. This thing you are doing is not fair. It's not a safe practice. Please stop it. Okay? If they continue, then you have to report them. You have to report them because they will put you in trouble as well. So for me, I will first of all talk to the person. Please don't do this. Remind them, tell them the implications of what they are doing. But after that, and they continued, then you have to report to the management.